welcome to my channel. Welcome back if you are not new here. Sorry for the interruption. I am Samantha from the future editing the video, and I realized I never introduced myself. So I figured that might be helpful for those of you who are just kind of popping into this channel. My name is Samantha. I'm a PA in California. The sort of ethos of this channel was all about pre-PA content, and I think it still will be pre-PA adjacent, but probably more specifically, my channel going forward is going to be a lot more about paying down my student debt and what that looks like. I think right now it's around 170,000. If you are interested in what life is like as a PA or what paying down the student debt really looks like, then this channel might be for you. Anyway, I'm glad you're watching. I'm glad you're here. And back to the video. I'm grateful that you're watching. Today it is March 20th. I'm working today at the urgent care and I'm on break, and so I have my lunch bag, and I just thought that I would do like a quick chat because the last time I posted it was about a low buy, and I kind of want to talk a little bit about that. So I'm working 8 to 8 today, and I'm on my first break. I get 2 breaks, so I'll record what I can right now, and then I'll come back and record again later. Basically, my last video I was talking about doing a low buy because I did record it back in January, and then I went to like edit it, and I hated it because for a number of reasons. The main one being that I feel like it's too rigid, and basically I was going through all of my rules, and maybe I'll insert some clips here of like what that sounded like. Every month for my low buy year, I'm not getting synthetic fibers, I'm not allowing myself to buy impulse purchases. No Amazon purchases at all. Red light. That's a hard no. It was basically like, I can't do this. I'm not gonna let myself do that. This is off limits. Only this amount per month on life. And I realized that system works well for a lot of people, and I think it's a great idea, doing a low buy, doing a no buy. And I have wanted to do one, or I thought I've wanted to do one, but then on thinking more about it, I'm like, it's too restrictive, and I'm not that reckless with money anyway. Like, it can be tightened up a bit for sure. I have a lot of student debt. I want to tackle it. I want to lock in all of that, but I don't love the rigidity of doing a no buy or a low buy. And so today at work, I've been thinking like, what do I actually like want to do? How will I hold myself accountable? How will I pay off my student debt? How will I connect with other people who are also paying off their student debt? And I realized like what probably makes more sense is for me to just like record my day-to-day life. I could record when I work. I could talk about my jobs. Paying down my student debt is a journey. I'm more inspired by just recording my life and recording how I save money and where I spend money and what that looks like. If anyone else is paying off their student debt, or if they want to be a PA and want to know what life is like as a PA, my life revolves around both of those things. So maybe this channel will be for you. I don't know. So I guess I'll just talk a little bit about my week. Today is my third 12-hour shift. I work 8 to 8 at my urgent care. And today's Friday, and I have off this weekend, which is really nice. This week has been chaotic. It's been crazy. I guess I should say I precept as well at my job. I'm one of the PA trainers, and I take in PA students, and not me specifically, but the company that I work for. And so I had a PA student this week, and I wasn't expecting it. And she's lovely, she's great. It's not her fault, but I just wasn't expecting it. And I'm behind in notes, which never happens, but I happen to be behind this week. And so, you know, obviously I have a PA student. I want her to have the best experience possible and to learn the most. And so she came on Wednesday, and Wednesday was just chaotic. Like, patients all day long, nonstop. My 12-hour shifts, I normally get 2 30-minute breaks. And I did not get to take my second 30-minute break because a patient with anaphylaxis came in. And at the urgent care where I work, I'm the only provider. It's very exciting for the PA student, but as you can imagine, it's very stressful. I don't think all urgent cares have just one provider. Some require an MDDO on site, but mine doesn't. And I know how to manage anaphylaxis. I've managed it before. It still shakes you up. I imagine your heart will be racing no matter how experienced or trained the provider. So it was just a long day. It was very heavy, very stressful. I mean, at the end of the day, I'm still grateful for my job. I still love my job. I love what I do. But Wednesday was one of those days where it's like, oh my God, the stress of everything just kind of catches up with you. And then to go and have 2 12-hour days afterward on Thursday and on Friday, it's a lot. So that's how my day is going. That's how my week is going so far. I'll be vlogging, you know, throughout my week and kind of talking through everything as I go. This is obviously very stream of consciousness, not very planned. But I will say, for work, I usually bring my own coffee from home, and then I always bring my lunch because I get 30 minutes, and number one, it takes way too long to go get lunch. Like, I don't want to wait at a place for them to give me my food, and then by the time I get my food, I only have 5 minutes to eat. And also, it's just cheaper, like $10-15 twice a day for both meal periods every week adds up. But anyway, I'm gonna enjoy the rest of my break now. I am currently watching Love Story, which is the sort of like, is it a docu-series? I don't know. It's a series about Carolyn Bessette and John F. K. Jr. I didn't know about these two before the show, but I'm like fully immersed and comforted, and I love the way it's shot. I love the vibes. I love the aesthetic. So I'm gonna watch that in my car and enjoy my break. It's kind of funny because I had an MA last point, and then I'll go and chill, but I had an MA. She's like, where do you go on your breaks? And I like find a place to park under a tree or like someplace green. I pump the AC, I like get a show, or I'll read in my car and then just like recline back. And she's like, that's so sad. And for me, I'm like, what? I love taking breaks in my car. Like, is that not what, I mean, I take walks on my 10-minute breaks at work, but for my 30-minute breaks, I'm like hibernating. Like, I'm here. I'm like cooped up, cozy, recharging, and yeah, I don't know. Does anyone else take breaks in their car? Am I like the only one that does that? I mean, I think part of it too is that in the United States, there's no like third spacing. Like, it's not very common to lounge in a park, or we just have parking lots. There's parking lots everywhere. So I choose a parking lot and I like find a nice shaded area with some greenery and like chill. Let me know if you do that too. Thank you for watching. Leave a comment below. Let me know if this format is something that is exciting for you or that works for you. Having a great day. I hope you're having a good day too, and I'll pop back in later. Back from my second break. It's now like 4:52. I'm done with work at 8. I'm on my second 30-minute break now. I'm taking it late because 2 chest pain patients came in right around the time I was going to take break, and so I can't take break obviously if I have 2 chest pain patients. I got to take care of them. So I thought I would talk a little bit about, number one, what I do at work. For example, I talked about how I saw an anaphylactic patient. This is obviously not a medical channel. I'm not going to like talk about how to treat anaphylaxis, but I think procedure wise it might be interesting for you to know what I do at work as I do it. I guess if you're interested in PA, I think that's helpful to know. At the urgent care I work at, I have about 2 MAs generally that I'll work with. I'm the only provider, and so we work really closely together. So anyway, when a patient in anaphylaxis comes in, for example, or any critical patient, I will do a rapid assessment of them and then start sort of asking them to do certain things, whether it's obtain certain tests, like getting blood sugar, for example, or drawing up certain medications. Like in the case of anaphylaxis, I had to draw up the epinephrine, and then my MA drew up solumedrol, and then got Benadryl ready. So at the urgent care I work at, we don't have any LVNs and we don't have any nursing staff. So I have to start the IVs. I think that differs depending on where you work. And of course, if you're in a hospital, then you don't have to start IVs as a PA. But yeah, that's one thing that I had to do. Today, obviously with the chest pain patients, I read the EKGs And so far today, there haven't been any procedures. If and when I get procedures, I'll talk about those too. I also wanted to talk about my pay, not necessarily the dollar amount, although maybe I'll go into that at some point in the future. I still don't know how I feel about sharing like specific numbers, but I got paid today. And so I have 3 jobs. 2 are in wound care. 1 is in urgent care. Urgent care is my full-time W-2 job. And then the wound care jobs I'm independently contracted for. So I get paid per patient and I get paid per on-call day. And I'll go more into that maybe in a separate video, but I got paid by my urgent care job today. And so how I go about dividing up the pay works basically is I get a paycheck, obviously. A portion of it I'll just put to investing, so I don't even see the money. It's just after taxes, I put it into an investment account, and then I'll put a certain amount into savings, and then I pay down my student debt. And now, right now, I don't have an exact amount that I'm aiming for every month, and I think that's something that I need to change. Right now, I just put in $500 towards my student debt, so that brings up my total student debt payoff for this month so far is $1,000. And that's kind of like on the lower end. I try to hit 2,000 or more. Since taxes are coming up, I usually owe in taxes, so things get kind of weird. You'll see as the months go on kind of how I contribute to my student debt payoff. Anyway, that's what I do. Then my boyfriend and I, we live together, and so we have a joint account together that is for all of our like rent and our bills and stuff. And then if our date nights and everything like that, we just put everything there, put $2,000 into that. And then the rest of it cover my expenses for next month to just get ahead of it. I like having a little bit of a buffer. And then I put a little bit of money towards the sinking fund. And the sinking fund is towards like vacation, hair, dermatology, Christmas, like random stuff like that. And I can make a video about that later. That's how I divvy up my check. Yeah, I'm gonna enjoy my break now. I will maybe video, dear God help me. Maybe record later tonight, maybe record over the weekend. Maybe I'll just edit this and then just get it uploaded just to see what the response is. If you have questions about working in urgent care or the way I budget or anything at all, leave a comment. Thank you for watching. I really appreciate you taking the time to watch. I hope you found some value in it. Like maybe you're interested in learning more about the profession. If you're paying off your student debt, I would love to know in the comments, just so I don't feel like I'm alone out here. And what else do I want to say? Yeah, we'll see if I record more later, but I think for now I just need to chill. I'm so tired. Okay, okay, bye. Sorry, there's one other thing, and then I'm gonna chill. I will talk to my employer about recording in the urgent care. Obviously not recording patients, I don't think. Or maybe I can record certain procedures and stuff if patients are okay with it, but what I'm gonna do is I'll talk to my employer to see if I can record things in the urgent care. We'll see what they say. I wanna ask them before I just start recording, because it's their company, their business. If they say yes, then I'll start doing that. If that's something you're interested in, let me know.